I'm home. What? Whispering is thinking asleep. Is he? Oh no. He must be taking his pre-bedtime nap. Oh, a nice spread. What a treat. For me? What's going on? Welcome back to the vlog. Just got back. I just had a wonderful day at work. Well, day. A few hours at work. I had some video game tournaments. Kids came in to do their homework. It was a good time. It was fun.
Excellent.
It's like 7 o'clock. I'm gonna eat some beans and rice. Beans and rice. How's your day?
It was a busy day. It was good.
Good. Did you have any? What was the best part of your day?
I enjoyed this morning, the night before I left, and Link and you were very talkative together. It was cute.
Nice. So a quick little thing that I was thinking about that we sort of both strive to do, I think, that has helped our relationship tremendously, in my opinion, is that, okay, so you know how there's this thing that they do in schools, some schools, called the bucket. Everyone has like a little bucket over their head, and you can fill their bucket, or you can take out of their bucket. And as silly as it sounds, I mean, it does make sense, even for adults. Like, if you think about it, like, if someone gives you a nice compliment, it makes you feel good, right? Like, someone could just, as simple as, hey, I like your shirt. It gives you a little extra pep in your step that day, right? Or
I can imagine that.
Right, yeah, and you have to walk like that too, you know?
Exactly.
But something so simple can affect someone's day. A smile can, so we all have these, right? Like, we all have, you know, like, we all like to hear those sorts of things. Or, but so imagine that there is an invisible bucket over. I know it sounds silly, ridiculous, but everyone has an invisible bucket over their heads, and you fill it with different ways. Everybody's different. We all have our different like love languages. Like, I know your words of affirmation is one of your big ones. It's like hearing nice things, right? Well, that's nothing wrong with that. That's just, and mine is more around like action. And so I don't really need to hear many words. Small acts of kindness are what fill my bucket, I guess. So we each know each other's love language. Now, are we perfect at it? Absolutely not. I don't give out compliments very often to anybody. No. So
when he does, it's very meaningful.
It is, but it doesn't help you out so much. I constantly have to remind myself, how can I, like, I need to do better at like making you feel special and like making you feel better. I know that you have this need or this thing that makes you feel good. I just need to suck it up and do it. Like, it's not like I'm choosing not to do it. It just doesn't come into my stream of consciousness, right?
It's
like,
not your love language, so.
Right. So like, I just go on living my life, and I try to do nice things for you, and you appreciate that. But that's not. It would be more impactful, I think, if I said something nice to you. So, balancing both those out. But
absolutely. Yeah, and then I tell Kyle all the time. Like, I send him nice little text messages quite often, and give him hugs and kisses, whereas those are all nice things. That's not his love language. So so I try to do nice things for him. Right now it's a little bit of a challenge, just kind of like balancing being at work a lot and doing some extra have had some extra late nights and whatnot.
It's the little things though.
Yeah.
It's not like big gestures. It's like
I made sure he did things up and had some stuff sitting up.
That was nice. I was not expecting that.
I made sure you had half my guac. I saved it.
She shared half the guac. If you don't understand, guac is like, guacamole is like, yeah, it's a very valuable commodity in the Thane house, and we don't share it lightly. So I'm that is, fill my bucket right to the top. I will say I was not expecting to have supper laid out, so thank you for that. Like, that right there make me feel good. It puts me in a good mood, right? And you don't have that every night. It's not. In fact, if Lincoln needed fed, you wouldn't have been able to.
He just so happened to, shortly after I picked him up, he was hungry, and we played a little bit, and then he got tired, and I rocked him. It was very special.
Been very sleepy today, but I think so. That's my love language, right? Like, you did something nice for me. Like, that felt good, and it's just a little thing. So, you know, okay, imagine that you have that empty bucket or a visible bucket. Try to be filling the other person's bucket with whatever their love language is, more than you're taking out, right? You can't, now we're human, right? So we're not gonna avoid all negative confrontations. Like, you know, like, Kristen parked too close to my car.
I did?
Well, you parked too close. And I could have came in saying, hey, you parked too close to my car. But I didn't, because I don't want our first interaction of the day to be, hey, you parked too close to my car, right?
Thanks.
Like, now that you know that you did that though. But that's neither here nor there. I guess what I'm saying is like, doing better at filling up the bucket so that when you do need to, I guess, dip out, because sometimes, you know, you can't 100% avoid confrontation, and you shouldn't. You should let the other person know when something's wrong, something's bothering them. Arguing respectfully is a good, healthy for your relationship. So when you do need to take something out, when you do need to say, give somebody some feedback or criticism, you know, then you've already built up a full bucket first. It's easier to take. But if, like, for example, if Kristen's had a really crappy day, you know, I mean, this has happened before. You've had a crap day, you're tired, you're hungry, you miss Lincoln, you just had a bad day, and then something I say, my tone of voice could completely set you off. And like you get mad, or you get like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so,
and it doesn't
because
always
your
seem
bucket's,
like,
yeah, because your bucket's empty. And to me, I'm going like, what? I didn't even say anything. But it's because your bucket was already empty that when I took out of your bucket,
there's nothing left.
nothing left. And I might not have done that on purpose, but there's nothing left. However, if your bucket was full and I said the same exact thing, you might have just shrugged it off, or your bucket would be full enough that you could have said something sassy back to me, or funny back, or joking. Like, many times, like, one way that I show my love to people is by joking around, picking on, you know, just making fun of, being fun with that person. And if your bucket's full, you give it right back. But if your bucket's empty, it hurts, you know. And I think that's something I have to remember, is to kind of gauge where you are on the day. If I come home and you're huffing and puffing around the house, you know, like, I better not say anything snarky, you know, like.
Yeah, I would know better.
So I think really, like, it is so much of a thinking about the other person. I think being a dad has really helped me, because before Lincoln, like, you and I each made sacrifices for each other, but we could really go on living our own separate paths. It was more like we were like roommates with benefits. We're like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, really though, like, we're best friends. We coexisted together really well, but we'd come home from work, we'd have supper, we'd visit for a while, and then I'd do my thing, I'd play video games or whatever, and you'd do your thing. And so we could both kind of be a little bit selfish. Here comes Lincoln. Now we both have to make even more sacrifices, and we both have to be selfless. You know, I gotta think, okay, what does Lincoln need right now? I may want to sit down and do this thing, but Lincoln needs this, right? So being selfless for Lincoln is helping me be more selfless for you.
Cool.
Because, like, I have to detach myself from the situation and, like, realize the hierarchy of needs. 1, Lincoln, 2, you, 3, me. But see, the thing is, if you do 1, Lincoln, 2, me, 3, you, then both of our needs are getting met. Like, if I put your needs before mine and you put your needs before mine, then both of our needs are getting met. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think you might have said
I might have got confused there. If we each put each other first, then we're each getting our needs met. But if you put me first and I put me first,
right.
So that's just kind of, we both have to make little sacrifices. And you know, I did a video about being a stay-at-home dad yesterday. You made a big sacrifice of time, right? Like, you're staying, like, you didn't change anything. You're just staying, working where you're working. Your sacrifice is, you don't get to see Lincoln as much during the day. I made a sacrifice with my career where I stopped teaching, took a step back. But so we each made a different sacrifice. You time, me money, career. Like, and it was necessary for us. But the thing is, we don't know what the future's gonna hold. Maybe with our next child, roles will be switched. Maybe you'll get to stay home with the kids and I'll go, you know, we just don't know. I've learned never to say never, you know? But the reality is, when each person in the relationship is making sacrifices for the other person and thinking about the other person first, needs are met. And then you can't forget the final thing, which is, like, you know, being friends, being friendly with one another, having things to do together that's fun.
Yeah, I think that's good. While we're trying to think of something fun to do this weekend, which we're thinking maybe Sunday, maybe. So
it's gotta be Sunday, because I work on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. And
so,
are you working Monday?
No, it's closed.
Oh, it's closed.
Let's see, if we go on Monday, everything will be closed in Grand Rapids.
Oh, that's true.
Most likely. We can look it up. We'll look it up. We'll go to church and then spend the afternoon at Grand Rapids.
That might be nice.
If so, we'll see. We'll take a look at it. But it's, you know, that could be kind of fun because maybe we'll just go walking. And anyway, we'll update you more on this in the next couple of days. But I just wanted to share this with you. It's something I've been thinking about on my mind. So I wanted to share with you. Maybe this could be of some sort of help. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna finish my burrito here. I took a bite earlier and it was a little rude, so.
That's okay.
It's alright.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind, right, guys?
Yeah. Gotta eat when you gotta eat. But anyway, see you tomorrow and find a gift.
Sure, tomorrow.
Remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.